Hello, 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 and you are talking with South, aka Barney Fife, and I'm wanting a real game. And you've tuned into my YouTube channel on Blast, where being on Blast isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's actually a good thing. And tonight we're going to actually talk about 2K9 yet again. We're going to talk about some of the positive improvements that they've made from the previous games and years to the current. Okay, right now, in order to do this, we popped in 2K8 and we're in the practice mode. As you can see here, we've got my team right here, the Phoenix Suns down here, and then up here you got the visiting Chicago Bulls, which you appear to be in some random gym somewhere and who knows where, with the ability to have, all your freestyle moves, etc., etc. Um, you look like you have a full court, but when you actually shoot, you can't shoot the other way. So you're really only limited to one way. You got these guys right here. If you stand here long enough, they'll wiggle away onto the court. You got the visitor up there, and you got our team down here, and it just kind of reminds me of some kind of a Soul Train practice mode or something. But anyway, I mean, for the most part, it's very limited. I mean, you can do a couple little freestyle moves or whatever the case may be, you know, and get a job done like that. You maybe can pass and get those guys involved, but it's pretty limited. So, I really don't. I really couldn't stand it, and it was what it was, and it was great. But it was time to move on, because these new games are pretty much getting us to the point where we need something new. Now we have 2K9 in front of us, okay? So I want to show you the same situation here. What is the difference? What is it that they did better this year? Well, let's go on to practice mode here. Now you have a chance to do tutorials, which was new, and you can run plays, which is pretty sweet. You can go in there and actually it could be functional. You could run plays, but let's go on the tutorial. Let's get out of here. See, find my team. I like to have these Suns going. Okay, so what's different this time is basically what we're gonna find out now is we're gonna be. Oh dang, what is this? Let's see who drafted what. I didn't even look. Damn, I don't have time. Was it Nebraska? Wrong. Anyway, no big deal. I didn't even pay attention to that. But anyway, what they did differently is now you're actually, you're in the Phoenix Suns arena. You're in a, U.S. Airways Center, and you can actually do all your moves. There's nobody in the gym. It's pretty awesome, and it feels better. It feels more like practice. You actually have a list of all of the different things you can start doing. You can off the ball. Well, you can do all of these different things, but here's my one gripe. I shouldn't have went into this, but here's my one gripe is if this is practice, how is the Lakers up here? We're all uniformed out, and you know, we're all pretty much. We got refs, we've got coaches. We've even got the scoreboard up here. I mean, that's the only part of this that's kind of a gripe for me. It's like, what are you thinking? I mean, if this is practice, this should be practice. You know what I mean? It should, like Al Iverson would say, it should be practice. I mean, it's like, when do you ever invite the visiting team to come up to practice? But I mean, other than that, I mean, that's kind of lame right there. They should have just made it like shirts and skins or something like that. But other than that, I mean, I think it's just pretty awesome now that they finally have tutorials, so you can learn how to do these moves. And just like I said, the practice is just a lot better. They put it together for the user now. So anyway, just wanted to give a blast to 2K9 for drastically revamping their practice mode, which is a step in the right direction. Although they need to do shirts and skins and stuff like that in order to make it a true practice. to simulate a true practice and get rid of the referees and the coaches. Nobody, I mean, maybe to put the coaches in sweats or something like that. But other than that, 2K9, you've been a good sport. Ooh, money. You've been a good sport, and just wanted to point out some good things that you guys did. So, anyway, that's it for the episode of On Blast. Have a good one. See you next time.